It would seem that the president is pushing this by himself, and the party doesn't seem to be supporting him in his anti-corruption drive. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I can practically confirm to you that when the party, as of today, is not united, there is internal crisis disturbing us. I don't think, as a party, we're in a better state today, truly, to support the president in the fight against corruption. So far, so good. I can tell you the president means very well, very, very well, in this fight against corruption. But you can only support the president, when the party is speaking in one voice. Because as of today, I can tell you clearly, because of the internal wrangling, the party is not even, doing any effort because we don't have a competent leadership, that could stand and, support the present idea on the fight against corruption. So it's a very, very big problem. Until, we put our house together, then I can tell you clearly, or we have a competent national chairman that can, put everybody together, then I can tell you, as a party, we should be able to support the president, in the fight against corruption. But as of today, I can tell you clearly, as a party, we are not doing anything.
You used the word internal crisis. I do recall that I think some members of your party were interviewed. They say that there is no crisis within the APC, that what they have disagreements between individuals within the APC. Why do you use that word crisis?
Well, that is just grammar that they are trying to, convince the public with. So far as I'm concerned, until we accept that there is crisis, we cannot resolve these internal issues we are talking about. There is crisis. We cannot deny that there is no crisis. There is a very big crisis.
Give us an insight into the crisis.
First of all, okay, let me give you an example. You saw just recently, if there was no crisis, you saw recently how the Ondo State's saga came about. You saw one of the founding fathers of this party, the national leader of this party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that came up with a very powerful letter accusing the national chairman of this party of corruption, accusing him of incompetency, accusing him of one-sidedness, and so forth. So that example alone, is that not enough as a party to accept that there is crisis? Because if at that level, somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is well respected in this party, that is a founding father, could come up clearly, without fear or favor, accusing, this is the first time, I've not seen it anywhere, where somebody like that could come up to say the chairman of the party is not competent. He accused him of corruption. He accused so many allegations. So that example alone, till today, go to one of those states. They are still protesting the emergence of the APC governorship candidates. Is that not enough to admit as a party that there is crisis? So we cannot run away from these issues, before Nigerian people, before the people out there. We must own up. If we really want to resolve this crisis rocking our party, we must first of all, as the party, own up to ourselves and agree that yes, we have issues, but these issues can be resolved. We can come together to resolve these issues.
Do you hinge that on the emergence of the chairman? Because for so many people, they still put the blame on different pockets of, sections of your party. For John Odigoyegu and the Ondo debacle, the issue has to be with those who were outsmarted, and they're putting the blame on the doorstep of the chairman.
Well, I don't think there was anybody that was outsmarted in this whole case. I think, the national chairman didn't manage the Ondo crisis very well. He didn't at all. You understand me? Because
what about the state chairman of the party?
There are so many questions to be answered about this whole process of Ondo, about this Ondo State's, scenario. And again, when the whole process started in Ondo State, before they went into the primaries, there was so many confusion even at the state level. As a party, I felt as at that time, we should have been able to take charge by calling all warring factions to put them together. But again, we failed to do that. not until this whole process crashed. And that was when, you know, the national leader of the party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at that time came up with all kind of allegations against the national chairman. If you have an effective national chairman, it should have not taken 2 weeks to prepare his response against Oyegun. That means he needed to consult those people that were controlling him to know if he should reply, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu or not. So far as I'm concerned, it took the chairman 2 weeks to come and tell lies about the whole process.
Do they know how far back our association goes? Do they know that we were in the trenches together in the Nadeco days? Why can't people who have mutual respect for each other have a difference of opinion? All we had was a difference of opinion. Yes, it was expressed a bit harshly, but that doesn't remove the basic fact that we have worked together. There's no rift. Yes, we have a difference of opinion, yes. Difference of perception, yes. And in politics, I think that is normal.
I haven't listened to the chairman a moment ago where he did say, look, he's been together with for a long time with the former governor, your party leader, Bola Tinubu. And look, these are mere disagreements which he says are normal in politics. So could we infer that some of these things are being blown out of proportion?
Well, I can tell you clearly what my chairman is saying is that was then, not now. We cannot be talking about a long time ago in a generation as of today where the world has gone digital. So his relationship in the past with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, as at that time is different from today. And if the relationship is the same, I think the national chairman, the former governor of Lagos State would have not come out clearly, you know, to accuse him of incompetency and all kind of things. So that's to tell you that that relationship was then, not now, because the national chairman, you know, clearly has not made any, you know, step to impress him as a person, because he believed that, look, your position as a chairman is to make sure, you know, the party all of us belongs to speaks in one voice, agrees on the same position at all time. But as of today, you know, whether the chairman call it disagreement or kind of, you know, any kind of name, but I can let you know clearly there are issues, there is crisis, we must own up to that and we must be prepared,
so was
you
the,
know,
was
to
the first
reconcile
lady
that.
speaking your mind then?
Well, this is something I never wanted to go into, but I've made my position clear as soon as she made those provisions, you know, those statements. I issued out a statement, you know, earlier on to say, well, to me, I think what she did not mean, you know, she did not come up with any clear statement, you know, to neither discredit her husband or discredit the party, but I think she's only concerned about the well-being of the party members. So I think I'm in the same page. Everybody have their own different views about. Some said she should have kept quiet. Some said, you know, but so far as I'm concerned, you know, I can tell you clearly, you know, that is our position is mostly, that is one position that every party member, I believe, will agree with her, you know, for what she said.
I listened to him talk that he has been deprived of being allowed to act as the national publicity secretary of the party. And he has gone to the media to rubbish a man whom we have.
And you think he doesn't have any right to say he's been deprived when he's just there and not been acting in that capacity?
You see, Suleiman, you must understand that approach matters. You must show restraint, you must show maturity for every position you crave for. That an institution or the head of an organization must be brought down because you feel aggrieved is something that we as representatives of the youth are not in support of.
We'll be back shortly.